Lights out, lying in your arms, and these feelings start to change. One look into your eyes, and I'm floating far away.
Hey lovelies, so meet my best friend Caroline. We have been friends since I was like 4 years old. So yes, I'm doing her makeup for an art show opening that she has some work in. Exciting stuff. I'm just prepping the skin with some moisturizer. I'm using a lightweight gel moisturizer for her combination skin, being sure to kind of prep everything. I'm going to go ahead and use some Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, especially in the T-zone, but I'm using it and working it into her entire face. You can definitely use your fingers for both of those steps, but I tend to like brushes on clients. That's just my preference. I'm using some of my Smashbox eyeshadow primer on her lids. Again, you can use your fingers. Lining her waterline, I'm taking the Tartist Clay Paint Gel Liner, and I'm putting that in the waterline using a lining brush. From experience, having worked with Caroline and makeup on her before, I know that her eyes are very watery, so I wanted to be sure that this would go on, so I kind of wanted to address this first and foremost. Plus, with a grunge look, it's always nice to kind of start with a nice black base. So I'm putting it on. Her right eye was a lot easier because it wasn't watering nearly as much. But as soon as it sets, it's good to go. I'm lining her upper lash line really, really close to the lashes, just making sure nothing peeks through. And then I'm taking a larger flat brush, a synthetic brush, and just patting this liner on the lid, just to give the look a really nice dark base to work on. She picked my favorite Natasha Denona eyeshadow in Calypso Blue. I'm going to put that on top, and it creates a really nice iridescence. It's a duochrome shade, so depending on what shades you put as a base, it reflects different shades. It has some turquoise and some reddish colors, and with the black base, it's going to create a really nice dark turquoise shade that I think will go well with her hair. So I'm just putting this all over the eye area, being sure to shape the eye exactly how I want it. And once this dries, it's going to create a really nice budge-proof look that will last her all night throughout the show. Instead of this liner, you could always use like a eye pencil or any kind of cream shade that you want. I'm taking my Viseart Cool Matte palette, and I'm taking a gray tone and sweeping that over the edges, just blending with a fluffy blending brush. I'm going to build this up, creating a nice smoky appearance, and then I'm also just setting a deeper gray shade over the black. I'm taking a cream eyeshadow and just putting that underneath the brow bone, and I'm sweeping the same shade around and just trying to blend everything out nicely. She wanted sort of a messy look, so I wasn't being too careful about carving anything out. I just was kind of creating this smoky, sultry, deep, messy look. I'm retouching that eyeliner just because with the watery eyes, it was kind of going everywhere. And I'm also taking some of the matte black and sweeping that over the liner. when you set the cream with powder, it's going to kind of stay put a little bit easier for you. I'm going in with my Ofra Longwear Lip Stain. It's one of the Duochrome shades. Unfortunately, this was a limited edition color, and it's actually from my personal stash, and I would generally not use it on clients just because I use it on myself and we want to keep things sanitized. But since she is like a sister to me, she said she didn't mind using something that I've used. So I'm putting that all over her lips. It's gonna stay put really nicely throughout the night, as we discovered. So now I'm just taking that Natasha Denona eyeshadow that I said is my absolute favorite. It's so pretty, Calypso Blue, and I'm just lightly sweeping this over. I'm not packing it on just because I felt like it would fight a little bit too much with the lips. So I just lightly swept that over to give sheen and a little bit of a metallic, gunmetal-y, edgy, grunge type feel. I took a little bit and put that on the lower lash line too, and I'm just taking my Melt Stack. This is the Blur shade, and I'm taking it all along the edges just to clean everything up. Even though we want the look to be messy, I wanted to kind of make the brow bone nice and clean and go around the edges. I'm taking a makeup remover wipe and I'm removing all the fallout and all the excess eyeshadow, prepping for the foundation that we're going to go in with. So I'm using a mixed color from my RCMA foundation concealer palette that I use on clients. It's a really nice palette. The thing that you need to keep in mind is that you do need to like work with it, warm it up to make the product nice and emollient so it goes on really nice and smooth. A little tiny bit goes a long way. I don't know if you can actually see my palette that I'm working from, but I took just a tiny bit with a spatula, about a pea-sized amount, mixed the colors so that it would match with her neck, and I messed with it. Like I mixed and mixed until it felt really nice and smooth and a lot more emollient because it comes in like a solid form. Now I'm taking a little bit from my Morphe concealer palette. This one is also a really nice high coverage concealer, really good for all skin types. And I'm mixing a couple. I'm taking a lighter shade than her skin tone and just using that underneath the eyes. I also took a color correcting type shade and put that underneath her eyes just to kind of make everything look nice and corrected. I'm taking little tiny bits and sort of spot concealing wherever we might want to conceal a little bit more, because I did a very light layer first just to make everything look nice and even without hiding her freckles, because she has these gorgeous freckles all along the top point of her cheeks and her nose, and I didn't want to hide any of that because that's one of her favorite features for herself. So without hiding freckles, we're just lightly concealing, spot concealing. Now I'm taking that same Morphe palette, taking a deeper shade and lightly contouring. Now I'm taking some of my Laura Mercier loose translucent setting powder. I'm tapping that underneath the eyes, down the center of the face, and everywhere that I feel like she's prone to get a little bit oilier. Now I'm taking the Makeup Geek contour shade I felt was appropriate for her skin tone, which was the medium warm. And I'm very lightly going over everywhere I contoured with the concealer. We want to keep things fairly natural, but we want to warm up the complexion. It's really nice because I think it contrasts nicely with the cool tones in the eyes and the lips. Now I'm just filling in her brows just very lightly with some powder. She likes her brows fairly natural, but I wanted them to kind of balance with the rest of her look. So I'm taking my Bodyography Brow Trio that has been my favorite brow powder for a while with a little angled brush, and I'm lightly filling everything in, just making it so that it will stand out in pictures. After that, I actually go in with a little bit of my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and I just set the brows in place. That's my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light. I love this one for like brides and things like that. It gives a really natural, lit from within type of glow. Absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm taking some of my Benefit They're Real mascara. It's a nice lengthening mascara. I thought it'd be perfect for her types of lashes because she has really nice full lashes, so I wanted to lengthen them nicely. I'm just seeing if she's happy with it, and now I'm spraying her face with some MAC Fix Plus to set all of that powder down, make it look nice and natural. And then we're going in with my Skindinavia Finishing Spray in Bridal. This is great for combination skin. It's going to last all night. So this is the final look. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, join my Cake Face family. Thumbs up this video if you did enjoy it. Press that little bell next to the subscribe button to get all notifications from me. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.